How do you solve two-step equations? Let's find out. Hello and welcome to the mythical world of math. My name is Zach and today we're going to be talking about how to solve two-step equations. So let's get to it. So just like in the previous video when we solved one-step equations, solving two-step equations works the same way. We have to get the variable by itself and move everything else to the other side. So let's take a look at our first example. So in our first example here, we have 2x plus 5 equals 17. What you'll notice is that we have two numbers this time on the same side as the variable x. We've got the number 2 and the number 5. We need to figure out which way we're going to get rid of these numbers. Okay, what is the order in which we get rid of them? We're actually going to get rid of the plus 5 first, since it is a term that is by itself. Now, what I mean by itself is that it's not attached to the variable x. Okay, it is simply plus 5 all by itself. That counts as one term, so that's what we're going to get rid of first. How do you get rid of plus 5? You subtract 5 from both sides. Don't forget the golden rule of equations that says whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. We talked about that in the last video. You have to keep equations balanced. You can't just do something to one side and not do it to the other. You have to do it to both in order to keep things equal. So we subtract 5 from both sides of the equation. What happens is that plus 5 and minus 5 cancel out, and that leaves us with 2x equals 12. Okay. Next thing we got to get rid of is the 2. How do you get rid of the 2? Well, the 2 is being times by the x, so we are going to divide both sides by 2. All right. The 2 divided by 2, that turns into 1, and because it's a 1 and it's right next to the x, we don't actually have to write that. We can just write it as x and not 1x, which leaves us with x equals 6. And you know that you're done because x is all by itself and everything else got moved to the other side. Okay? Let's take a look at another example. Negative 10 equals x divided by 2 minus 6. Now, in this example, it looks a little bit different than all the others that we've done because the variable is on the right side this time instead of being on the left side. That doesn't actually matter because we're still going to get the variable by itself by moving everything else to the other side. So if it bothers you though, what you can do because of the symmetric property is you can rewrite it by switching both sides of the equal sign. So you could write it as x divided by 2 minus 6 equals negative 10. However, in this video, we're just going to leave it the way it was originally because you need to be able to deal with these types of situations. Okay? So, what term is all by itself? The minus 6 is. All right? So, we need to get rid of that minus 6 by doing the opposite of that, which is adding 6. So, we add 6 to both sides, and that leaves us with negative 4 equals x divided by 2. How do you get rid of divided by 2? You multiply both sides by 2. All right? Those 2's will cancel. They'll turn into 1, which then becomes invisible. And then on the other side, we get 2 times negative 4, which is negative 8. And so our answer, writing it this way, actually looks like negative 8 equals x. And again, you could rewrite that as x equals negative 8. We are done. You don't have to rewrite it the other way. You can leave it as negative 8 equals x because the x is by itself just on the other side. Two-step equations don't get much more complicated than this, so I hope this video helped you better understand how to solve them. If it did, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.